feel like this. Only been days, but it feel like months. Been gone for a year, only know like once. Life move fast when you do.
Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, I'm Lacey and I'm a middle school teacher and I'm on summer break obviously, so I am trying to film a lot more and just post a lot of content for you guys. I decided to do a sit down video today and we are hanging in my glam room. I love this room and I really want to do sit down videos in here and have this kind of be a content space. So we are going to do a Q&A today, and I just did a Q&A in April, but now it's summer, school's out, and I just feel like some of my answers may have changed. I also got some really good questions I've never answered before, so we are going to hang out and just chat. And the first thing that I've seen a lot is people asking about Celeste, because this is our channel together. People have been asking how she is and where she is, so I'm going to address that first, and then we're going to talk about some teaching stuff, some marriage questions, friendship questions. So Celeste is doing great. Honestly, in terms of postpartum, she said that she wasn't in much pain. If you watched the labor and delivery vlog, she was filming the whole process and you saw how good she looked. So she honestly is doing great. Her husband does serve, but he is home right now, so she's not gonna be prioritizing filming while he's home. Also, obviously she has a newborn. So again, filming is just not a priority right now. She and I will get together and do a sit down video soon because it is summer break. But for now, you're gonna have to hang out with me because she's trying to adjust to having 2 kids and her husband, again, is home and he's not home for much longer. But she is doing fantastic. We talk every day. And I got some self-care face masks and stuff for her in the last vlog, so she and I are gonna get together and just do some self-care because I know as a new mom with a newborn, she's gonna need some self-care. I promise you guys will see her soon. And someone actually asked about our friendship and they said, what makes your friendship with Celeste unique? So if you're new here and you're like, who is this Celeste girl? That is my best friend, my one and only best friend. She and I both film on this channel. We film videos together, we film videos separate, but as you just heard, she just had a baby, so she is taking a little break. But our friendship is unique because, I don't know, I can't even put it into words, which sounds crazy, but like we're so mushy gushy. Like we're always building each other up. When we see each other, it's always a big hug, literally jumping up and down like, hey, like as if we haven't seen each other in years, just smiling ear to ear. Like, I don't even know how to put it into words. Like, we serve each other. If she's going through a hard time, I know how to build her up. If I'm going through a hard time, she knows just what to say to build me up. Like, she literally feels like a sister. We feel like we're like this, and we really are like this. And we've been friends for 9 years, which is crazy because that's almost a decade. And at first it wasn't like that because we were college friends. We saw each other in class. We didn't really hang out, so it wasn't really an intentional friendship. But once she graduated, because she is a couple years older than me, then we had to be intentional and actually hang out and build an actual friendship outside of college classes. And that's when it started to get closer. I love her to death, and she already knows that she's my one call, that's all, of course, besides our husbands. I know that sounds mushy-gushy, but if you know us in person, we are very mushy-gushy. Like I said, we always hug, always say love you, and we are very intentional. And I feel like that's very important in a friendship. So that's it for all the mushy-gushy stuff for now, but we're going to answer a few teaching questions. I said the questions could be about anything, but people, of course, were asking me about teaching. So one of my old students, Zanaya, said, is teaching middle school fun? I would say yes, teaching middle school is fun. Of course, it's a job and any job is work, of course. So there are some things that are not fun, like lesson plans and meetings, parent-teacher conferences, having to call parents. I mean, there's plenty of things that are not fun, but those are such a small portion of your day. Most of your day is spent with the students, and it's the students that made me say yes. Middle school is fun because joking and laughing with the students, that is the fun part to me. I actually taught this group of students 2 times. So I taught this group as 6th graders and as 8th graders. So I already knew them coming in, and I did have a hard time a little bit. The beginning of the year, I was not very happy to be moved to 8th grade, but I changed my mindset around, and I feel like this year I was a little more laid back and just tried to have fun with the students. And also I teach ELA. I love ELA. That's obviously my choice. That's my major in college. So teaching ELA is fun to me because that's my passion and that's something that I like. So I feel like teaching language arts as well as the relationship with students is why I said yes, that middle school is fun. And I got a few questions from someone who just graduated college with the education degree, so congrats to you. And she said that she sees a lot of negativity in the media about teaching, which I agree, because I do too. So she said, would you really recommend teaching as a career? And I still would. As I've said before, I don't like to give up easily. If I'm having a hard time at a school or with a certain grade level, I can change grade levels, change my school, change my county, something like that. I don't want to just say, you know what, I'm done being a teacher. And that's what I feel like a lot of teachers are doing if they have a bad experience. And I don't fault them. Obviously, to each their own, but I feel like for me, it is worth it because I know this is my passion. I still have some love for it. If you feel like you can thrive in this career, then go for it. I still would recommend it. And again, if you have a hard time, then change up your environment, because that's what I did. I will be at a new school in a new district next year. So if you struggle, I don't necessarily think you need to give up. If you know the passion is there and maybe you're just not vibing with your coworkers or the school or something like that, then maybe change the environment before you just say, I'm throwing in the towel, if that makes sense. So I know there's a lot of negativity in the media. I see it too. But the only person who can make that kind of decision is you. Don't get influenced by media. Don't get influenced by other people's experiences, because just because other people are having a hard time doesn't mean you are as well. She also asked, do you have any advice for new teachers? And again, she just graduated from college. So my advice is kind of generic, but I would say please do what works for you and you only. Of course, in a school setting, you do have to work with other teachers. Like for me, I will have to work with the other language arts teachers. So in terms of teaching, yes, you might have to teach the same thing as other teachers, but your rituals and routines are yours alone. If you want to use a science notebook, then use a science notebook. It doesn't matter what the other science teacher does, because that's not in the standards. That's not something you have to do. That is your ritual and your routine. So just remember that your classroom rules and how your classroom runs, stuff like that is up to you and you only. Obviously, like I said, you have to teach maybe the same thing as other teachers, like teach the same standards on the same day. That's one thing you can't control, but you can control how your classroom runs. So do what works best for you. Don't get pressured by TikTok. Don't get pressured by other teachers in your school. Just do what works best for you, because peace is very important, and you want to go home not exhausted every single day. You want to make your day run smoothly. So that is pretty much my best advice for you. Don't be worried, it's gonna go fine. First year is always gonna be a learning experience anyway, and you'll know what not to do for your second year, third year, and beyond. And the last teaching question came from one of my old students, Peyton, and she said, will you miss the school that you left? And just to give a little bit of context, I was at this school for 3 years. I had just moved here 3 years ago from Atlanta, so this was my first job that I got once I moved, and I was there for 3 years. I'm trying to figure out how to word my answer. So my school was a magnet school. It was public, but technically not really, because they had to apply to get into the school. They had to have really good test scores. They turned people away all the time, so it was public, but not really. I really did like that because we had elite students, we had hardworking students, our scores were typically really good. So I will miss that aspect of my old school. And of course, I will miss my students. So yes, I will miss those two things. And that's that on that. I am on to a new district and a new school and ready for a fresh start. Stay tuned. I'll talk more about that and set up my classroom with you guys probably in July. But we're gonna stop the teaching questions there, and we are going to end on a couple marriage questions. Someone asked me, how long have you been married? And this is actually my anniversary month. So my 3-year anniversary is June 25th. We officially have now been married longer than we were dating / engaged, but our anniversary is a Wednesday and he will probably be at work, so I don't think we'll do much that actual day. But drop some comments down below and let me know what we should do to celebrate, because there's really not a lot to do around here. But he said he might want to go out of town or go, to a neighboring city like Columbus or Macon, Warner Robins, even down to Jacksonville. So give us some suggestions, because we're trying to plan it and we just don't know what to do. So about to be 3 years. And then someone asked me to re-explain my husband's relationship to Celeste. So my husband and Celeste are first cousins. My mother-in-law and Celeste's dad are siblings. And so they are first cousins. That is how I met him, because me and Celeste went to college together, and she said, oh, my cousin thinks you're pretty, you should talk to him. And here we are now, married for 3 years. So that is their relation. So Celeste is my best friend. We were best friends because, again, we met in school, but she technically is my husband's cousin. And since we're married, technically she's my cousin. So she's my bestie and my cousin. And I know that gets confusing sometimes, so I wanted to re-explain that. But that's going to be the last question for now. If you want more videos like this, don't forget to comment down below. You can always comment questions down below anytime, because I always respond to every comment. So does Celeste, so we can answer questions in the comments, or we can do another video like this. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.